What's going on? What's going on? Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burton. Got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight. Tonight we're going to discuss a subject that I don't think a lot of people talk about it because I think people like it overt because nobody really likes talking about dying or death or transition or anything like that. And we like talking about a lot of hocus pocus stuff being, okay, I want to set this up for my children or anything and things like that. But the actual process, how everything is going to go, people don't like to give a lot of conversation to. So tonight's show, we're going to be discussing who's your beneficiary.
Right.
Again, who's your beneficiary? Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to be a pretty cool topic because give everybody opportunity to give their input, their insight in regards to what they're looking to do. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of traditional views or what they may think, and I'll kind of, share light on the way I look at certain things too. Again, so tonight's show, we're talking about who's your beneficiary. Right now, we're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Mm-hmm. We also connected with my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, because the subject matter does kind of cross over a little bit into the financial and personal financial realm also. What am I forgetting? I'm about to forget something, Lab. Well, before I get started, before I have a damn brain cramp, also want to say what's up to my awesome producers, DJ Lab.
What's going on?
Thursday? Yeah, happy Thursday, brother.
Stormy Thursday.
Yeah, best day of the week.
That's
and,
right.
What's up to my other producers, Lick 316. What's up, Reek? Hey, want to start everything. I was number one to say, you see, I got my shirt on, baby. Back to back national. Back to back national championship. Good to do it, you ain't looking at the game, Lab.
Hey, you do sports like that.
Hey, Lab. Before the game started, I asked Coach Kirby Smart, what are your feelings for the game? He said one simple thing. We finna go hunting. And he sounded like he read. Like he had a shot. He said, we finna go hunting.
In true redneck spirit.
She about to drop the damn mic. He didn't say hunting in words, but he said, we finna go hunting.
Right.
And he meant it.
And he meant every word of it.
And hunting, they went. Woo, 65-7, man.
Wow.
65-7, man. Wow. Man, that was something to see. What's going on, everybody? Again, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. The main hub is the Change Your Lives YouTube channel. But we got probably about 500 videos on it, so make sure you check us out at Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burton on YouTube, and also Mr. Short Dollar as well. And what I've been thinking about is, before I get started, guys, the Mr. Short Dollar tax course is up and running. I've been doing a couple of promo videos. I haven't looked in the sales and stuff like that and everything, but I've been trying to get traction with everything. But if y'all looking to get started in the tax business or you're currently in the tax business, you need some kind of guidance in regards to from an operational standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, from an advertising standpoint. Just this course is the course for you. You can go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. I have a couple of videos in regards to giving an explanation of how the course works so well, and I'll also be doing a couple more promo videos for it as well. So just check that out. You can go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and hit the link in any one of the description sections of the video for the Mr. Short Dollar tax course, and you'll see it. And you like this up and running. There you go. Lamb. So, what are your thoughts when we start thinking about beneficiaries and stuff like that? What are your thoughts on that?
That is a hard. It's like I said, like you said, people don't really want to think about that. They don't want to think about their immortality, but I think it is. And actually, it is beneficial to get the beneficiary in line on that part for your insurance, but also in line if something medically happens to you. Mm-hmm. And you need somebody to make medical decisions for you. People don't really think about that point either. Think about that part. It's all encompassing, I think.
Do you think if, like, just say something happened to you, that, okay, your kids be okay to, not necessarily what you leave them, but just they'll be able to move in like an orderly fashion and do everything? Do you feel like you got stuff in place for that?
No.
Okay.
No. I need to, and I'm working on that. But no. But
no, not what you got. I ain't saying what you're leaving them.
uh-huh.
I'm talking about how they're gonna act. Like, do you think, okay, hey, we just gonna do it this way? Hell, just say you leave them $5. I'm just saying. I'm not talking about the leaving what you're leaving them. We ain't talking about they got this, they got that. I'm talking about that they're gonna be able to function and say, okay, this is function in an orderly fashion.
No.
From a distribution standpoint, he was just handling. Just say,
so.
Claire, you ain't got necessarily even leave him anything. We just talking about just the simple fact that he got a barrier or do something.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's funny.
I mean, they may be able to decide as a collective, but I can't see my problem. I can't say that for sure. I want to think. You always want to think positive about your children. Like, yeah, they're gonna be able to do it, but I don't know. I don't know about that. I really don't. That's a good question.
I think it's real status quo what a lot of people do in regards to, hey, what's going on? I got a hello from Africa. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that.
Shirley Smith said she had to learn.
She had to learn. Okay, you're going to learn.
Ms. Smith.
You're going to learn.
That's right.
And again, tonight's show, we're talking about who's your beneficiary. I'm going to be honest with you, man. And I think, if something happened to me, I ain't even talking about today or 10, 15 years from now, I think them boys sell all my shit.
You think so?
Hell yeah. Now, I don't have an inkling to say, okay, this one going to come into the business or whatever and stuff like that. But I think just say the business is running, making money, man, properties, they going to sell all this every damn thing. That's why I really ain't too inclined to worry about what the hell I'm leaving.
Right.
I mean, be totally honest with you. Daddy worked hard to save this, daddy built this, and all that kind of stuff. Shit, man.
Cha-ching. Huh?
Rake it up, that's all. Shit. No, man, they're gonna sell all my shit so quick. I'm just saying, like, again, like, I have no inkling, to sit here and say that things may change because where I'm at right now in life, I mean, we'll be a baby, so, he too young to sit here and do this. I got no kind of interest. What Chris would do, PJ seemed like he like doing his own little thing and stuff. And listen, that's cool.
Right.
But T ain't showed me nothing, so hell, I can see I can leave all this stuff. And you hear so much, build this legacy, leave this for your children's children, and all that kind of stuff. It sound good. It sound good. But yeah, theoretically, but you sit there and look at it like you assuming that your children are going to be a certain way with stuff. Mm-hmm. And far too often, and we've done a couple videos now, especially I've done a couple videos on Change Lives. In regards to this, you hear so many videos online in regards to what people, are teaching and building for their children. But you never, ever, ever hardly see in the videos in regards to that adolescent, young adult, what they've been doing towards that legacy you've been building.
Right.
Because it's easy to say what the hell a little kid is gonna do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But not that older child.
Exactly. Because they're gonna get older. They're not gonna be interested in that. They get girls, they get boys, they get sports, they get their own things they're interested in. And you sitting there breaking your neck trying to save this money, build this legacy, keep talking about it. They don't give a damn about that. And it's real funny because that's why I want to have this conversation in regards to who's your beneficiary, because what happens a lot is people are so stuck into an image of what they want to happen, but they got something called reality. I had to find out the hard way that my vision for what I wanted my sons to do and what their vision was two completely different things. And I can sit here and say, well, look, man, I got these businesses and all that other kind of stuff. Why you gonna go work for the white man and you can go? I'm making this money. And I said it.
Right.
But the flip side of it is too, that's what they want to do.
Right.
I can be negative and step on that. Now, if you sit here and say I understand that, but I can respect it. That's what you want to do. because I understand what come along with this way of doing certain things. Now, usually they'll say, you want to do your own thing, you doing it that way. I'm like, okay, and all that kind of stuff, I get it. But, to that point, just what's your vision for what you want and theirs be totally different. Totally. And the path that they go on can be different from the path that you chose for them. And they still can be good kids, hardworking kids, great citizens, but the blueprint that you drafted for them to go down, and it's a solid, good blueprint, maybe totally different with what they want. And so you're sitting there saying, okay, I done built all of this for y'all to take over. And then they ain't there, and they just sit like you sit. Yeah, you sitting like a table full of blueprints or a table full of plans. Like, look, man, damn, this was built with the thought process that you guys will come and do this, and it happens all the time.
Yeah.
And far too often, I think a lot of times people have those ideas of what their kids are gonna do. I'm gonna teach my son this, teach my daughter that. That shit sound good when they little. It sound good when they little. They get to school and they damn barely pass, and then they don't want to go. They don't. Now you got different paths. I want to go to college. I don't want to go to college. I don't want to do this. And everybody on these different ideas about what they should do, and they just go and start going on paths that you like. That ain't what we were working on.
That's not what we agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed to or working on.
Either or.
Okay.
Either or. We agreed to it. Okay. That ain't going here. We're working on it.
Okay.
It ain't whatever. Everything's damn different from what the hell we started at.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just trying to see, cause if you have a conversation with the child and let them know, hey, I'm building this for you, for us as a family, for you to take over, and they agree to it, then at what point do you have to reset and come back and say, hey, we still on the same page? And try to figure out, because if you have the conversation with them and it's understood that this is built for you to take over one day, so you can have, so you can have your legacy and have, have security and all that, and they say yeah to it and they agree to it and you start on the path to it, and then all of a sudden they like, so you gotta, so I guess every 5 or 10 years you gotta say, hey, we still on the same page?
Well, shit, you know me, they gotta have some skin in the game.
Right.
Better put some money. Better put some time.
Right.
Better put some sacrifice. Something. You gotta have some skin in the game.
Okay.
Because I learned out personally, man, the hard way. Like, shit, I put all this stuff out, and people just walk away. I ain't want to do that. That was your decision.
Right.
Say less.
Right.
Right. Hey, we ain't got to go no further.
Let me ask you a question. When you building a business and a legacy like that, and you do choose a beneficiary after y'all had a conversation or succession, I guess you would say. What I guess the question is, what if they still change their mind after you have chosen them, and then what I'm saying, you chose and they already got skin in the game, they making efforts, they invest, and then they come back and say, you know what, I tried it, I don't like it, this ain't for me.
So you saying if they accept it, because I can't choose you if you don't take it.
Right.
So you saying they accept it and they come back and change their mind?
Yeah.
It puts stuff in the fickle.
I mean, even they change it, they accept it, and they put like skin in the game, they invest, they working, they giving hours, they giving effort, they giving up ideas, and then 5 years in, they like, nah, I don't like it, it ain't for me.
Well, first you gonna, I always say kind of go that assessment. Typically, who are your heirs? Your significant other, your partner, wife, your children, family member, friend, charity. Excuse me. You have options or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's why for me to sit here and tell you, like, look, man, actually they'll sell every damn thing off. Hell, I can beat you to the punch. At the end of the day, if I know that you don't have no interest in it, what we doing?
Right.
Shit, what we doing now? Hell, I can sell it now. Go sell the 7 Seas. I'm damn if I'm saving some stuff up.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I ain't never said it, but I heard plenty of folk. I ain't leaving all this money so she can have this joker, or he can be over there with her in my house and all that. I know y'all done heard it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got a hoe, so it don't matter. Well, I'm just saying, hey, she ain't staying in my house, or he ain't finna enjoy everything I work for with the next.
Right.
I get it. So. You when people sideswipe you with certain things, like you said, they may have had skin in the game, then they change their mind, and they want to do things differently. You can't do nothing but just pivot and adjust with that. It hurts.
Right.
Because again, far too often, man, we'll spend different parts of our lives making them sacrifice, especially for the children. You know, when they're children, because you feel like, okay, cool, I'm saving for college, I'm doing this and doing that, because you hear it. Because on the other side, you don't save for college and all that kind of stuff. Now you be, cause I just had one just. Shout out to PJ. We just moved in, had his first class. He just graduated a week or two ago from the Georgia military, and he just started his first day of class Monday at Georgia Southern.
Oh.
So, with that said, I got one just started school this week, and I got one starting damn school in August. Okay, so I'm sitting there like, shit. If I haven't done any kind of planning for that, you know, just say you take the tuition out of the mix, the apartments, the furniture, and all that other kind of stuff. However you want to do it, you gotta have some stuff in place. And when you don't do that, hey man, it can be catastrophic for you, depending on what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something. We got a couple things.
Chief Remo, hey, welcome. Himalayan Gardening, welcome. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Appreciate it. I think that's done. What's going on, Miss Mix-a-Lot? Miss Mix-a-Lot is on the TikTok. Yeah. Appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, man, you sit there and start looking at it like, okay, I got this stuff in place, and people just gotta start swearing away. That's the difficult part about it, because how many times y'all seen somebody done bust their ass and try to build all this kind of stuff to do it. And, like I just said, they pass. And shoot, man, folks don't know what's going on. And it's tough because what's the old school way of looking at it? Folks die and they say, I'm going to leave it to all my children.
Right.
And that ain't nothing but a recipe for disaster.
Right. Especially if you got a lot to leave.
Yeah, a lot to leave. Oh, hell, it can be the house.
Right.
It can be the damn house. And you can sit there and say to yourself, like, look, man, y'all split it equal yourselves. But you got 4 kids. One wants to sell it. One wants to keep it. One wants to rent it out. One wants to
live in it.
Forgot about that one.
Live in it.
Forgot about that one. Right. And everybody got a different view. And what you've created now, this situation of chaos that wasn't there prior to that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be very, very careful, because money changes things with families.
Right.
Money changes things,
Real hard.
Yeah, and so
even if you think you're gonna get some money, if there's a possibility, and we're not talking about house or money in the bank or saving. We talking about insurance policy. Let's start there.
Shit, man.
If they think it's an insurance policy in place, it creates a problem.
What's funny, Larry? I sit there and think about it just in my case. My grandparents, they left everybody insurance except me. And they left me the house. And everybody thought it was a pretty good deal, me included. Was going through the issue coming up. The house was had a lot of issues.
It needs to be repaired.
Man,
brought up the code.
Shit.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. At least brought the code.
Right.
Yeah. It was ICU and wasn't leaving out of the hospital no time soon. And unfortunately, when my grandmother passed, that was 07, 08 market crash. Hell, a couple months prior, the house worth $150, and then next thing you know, the house worth them $14,000.
Right.
So I couldn't get a loan to repair the house.
Okay.
So I went from one year did the roof, next year did the plumbing, the next year did the electrical. Just kind of do that.
Piece.
Yeah, to do it. I'm talking about house sitting.
Right.
I ain't renting nothing, just doing that. We're doing it. Then when I finally got everything set up, cool, was able to do it. I would lie to you if I say that didn't cause conflict within the family.
Finished.
Yeah, once it was finished.
No skin in the game during the repair, during the courting period.
And I actually campaigned.
Right.
Y'all want to help me? Y'all, because you're doing it.
Right.
But no, I didn't get any of that. Now, there was never a notion of donating to me when everybody got insurance money.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. They got insurances, annuities, all kind of stuff. They getting checks later, years later. Well, none of that stuff coming in. But it's just the the thought process of it is, I can look back at it now, was they gave to who they knew was going to do best with what they received.
Right.
You know, that's how I looked at it.
Right.
Now, Poochie don't need the money. Poochie, I damn sure need the money. It was a different Poochie back then. I need the damn money, but he going to take care of the house. Everybody else, cool, we'll just leave them the money.
Okay.
And I look back at it, that was pretty thoughtful, and that's kind of how that went with doing it. But those are the kind of things I don't think a lot of people want to think about. In regards, we started talking about beneficiaries and leaving the people. And far too often, we know our children. We know our family. You know which one responsible. We know which one gonna mess up money. We know the one, shit, you probably damn near gonna worry about their ass forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's there. It's there. Hey guys, real quick before I forget again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. Don't forget, feel free to call in. What is it? Death change, folks. That's right. Mix-a-Lot said death changes, folks. It does. And a lot of times, people feel that their point is the most important. And a lot of times, it just don't work like that, because it's not that your point isn't important. It may not be the most important. And plus, it may not necessarily be, anything in relation to what everybody else. Everybody got stuff going on. And I would say you can put your family in a funky spot when you gotta put them where they gotta figure it out.
Right.
The rules are rules. I say wills kind of like contracts. They keep friendships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody straight.
Hey. You might not like what you heard when they read the will, but it is what it is.
Right.
And the person you mad with, they dead, so you can't blame nobody else. You know that they dead, so you can't sit here and be mad with them. So you just move forward working it out. But for some reason, I don't know, people hope or whatever, they'll say, well, look, I just want my kids to have equal share in it. And that ain't probably the best strategy. In my personal opinion, it's not. Now, if you got everybody on the same kind of accord with doing stuff like that, that's possible. But it's hard to have everybody on the same kind of accord, because everybody different.
Everybody thinks differently. If you may have one that actually worked with you during the summers and helped you out and did things, thinking they should get more, because they was actually working there while the other ones wasn't there at all. So, and then you equal it, you dividing that equally between them, and one feel like, well, I was here working with them, I was doing everything with y'all, don't know nothing about what was going on here. Then you got that inner fight. So even if you do have stuff in place, it still can create discord within the family.
We just got the live. Somebody knocked the live off.
Orange button. Orange button. Hey, call back in. Sorry about that.
Call back in.
It's not house phone. You got to push that orange button. You did it before.
I know, man. Somebody it threw me off because of the
orange button.
Change your lives. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, what's happening? How you doing?
Not much. This is Jay the Don, CEO of Jay the Town Entertainment. Just taking a look at your live and all that stuff. And I was interested in your topic.
Okay, cool. Well, shoot, what's going on? I appreciate you tuning in.
Oh, nothing much, man. Hell, I've been a fan of y'all show for a long time. I actually wanted to get on at one point to, showcase a couple businesses I got.
Okay, cool. We'll discuss. Shoot me an email. We'll discuss it. But what's your question about the topic we had this evening?
Well, you had mentioned something about beneficiaries, but currently, the only people I can really think of, we talking about life insurance, right?
Well, what we're talking about, not necessarily the advent of life insurance. What we're talking about more so beneficiaries is more so the thought process behind it.
Hold on, Mom. I'm going to the office. Yeah.
Yeah. When we looking at it in regards to what's the thought process of picking who are your heirs, who you're leaving things to, because a lot of times people will have different opinions in regards to who they're going to leave stuff to. Maybe the oldest, maybe splitting equally. Somebody is you feel are going to be responsible of doing certain things, or they feel like this is your only option. And just having that whole thought process in regards to picking a beneficiary, who you leaving it to, or you actually even creating a situation where you're stressing to try to build and leave things to people that not even necessarily gonna worry about it. Like I said earlier, I got several things going on. If I die today, I got 4 great sons, great kids, one trade for the world. But I think that's still every damn thing I leave them in a matter of a couple months, only because they're not interested in what I got going on. Not that they don't understand the value in it, but I can see them just like that's not what we look to do. Now again, the way they look at it 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now may change. But as of right now, I can't sit here and say that. And that's why I want to have the conversation with people, because like when we started off earlier, you have a lot of people talking about, well, I want to build this for my children, I want to leave this for my heirs. But I think what a lot of times is not on display.
That's not always the case.
Well, it's not always the case, but what was it sounds good, and what's not taking consideration, your child starts growing. And when they little, you got control of them. Then when they become a teenager and a young adult, you don't have the same kind of control on them. Now they got their own interests, they got their own mind, they make their own decisions. So again, your vision for what you're trying to leave for them, it don't matter, it is not an issue if they don't understand. It just matters, just ain't interested to them. And far too often people have the thought process, I can build this and leave this to them, but actually are you building something and leaving something to people who really could care less about it? So that's what we want to have a discussion about in regards to that tonight.
Well, that's a tricky subject for me because I don't have well, I take that back. I may have a son running around here somewhere that I don't know about. Mm-hmm. But as far as having any beneficiaries, like, I'll put it like this. I'm supposed to be burying my mama. My mama ain't supposed to be burying me. Gotcha. But everything, like, she runs the business financially, and I run the business on a day-to-day as a musician, a producer, a DJ, and a saxophonist. Mm-hmm. So the first things first, if I pass, everything's going to like, I know that my cousins don't do music, they do sports and all that stuff. And so I would most likely leave my worldly possessions. My worldly possessions would go to any one of my family members, whether it's, actually, I take that back. I have one family member in the family that does music, so I would leave my saxophone to my godfather Earl. Mm-hmm. All my music equipment, I would have them ship it up north to my folks in Connecticut and New York.
Gotcha. Let me ask you a question. For the simple fact you're thinking of, you're trying to get about where things would be going, shows that you probably haven't gave a lot of thought to it maybe prior to it. Here's the thing about it. When we say it, when we like, even we're dead and gone, we can't do anything about it. When we start saying a lot of times that I'm building these particular things in place, either I'm having these businesses, I got these investments, because a lot of times you do have a lot of people say, look, I'm trying to have this nest egg for my children to build this particular legacy, or because you of course are doing things for yourself, but once you do, like you said, when you have children, a lot of times people looking at, let me build for them, or you may have a significant other that you say, okay, listen, I want to make sure I leave them a certain thing. The thought process then comes in now, like, okay, is that something that they want? Because
because I know, look, I done invested about $50,000 in my studio, and I don't really like telling people this, but it's true. I invested a whole heap of money into this studio that only I know how to run. So it's like, I got a brother that does music, and he fucks with it heavy. So it's like, I'll put it like this. I would leave my studio gear to my boy Jamie. He's with the WESA Studios. Hey, shout out to We Slaves of America Studios, and shout out to Bear Paw Studio 6 while I'm at it. Because those two individuals, when I tell you they know how to do music like the back of their hand, they are gifted. Like, they, like myself, like multi-talented.
Gotcha. But let me ask you a question. But to that point, I will say this to you. I will start having conversations with people, because at the end of the day, when we have a vision of what, okay, if I have this and I can lead these particular people and make sure that stuff happen, what we plan on, again, we'll be dead and gone. So it doesn't, we really can't do anything about it. But some people are like, man, I ain't want this stuff, man. I want, I'm going to pawn it. It was funny. There was a commercial. I don't know if it was It's one of them all-terrain vehicles commercials.
My shit, hell no.
Well, you don't know. You don't know. That's the thing about it.
I was right in my final will and testament. I was really right in my final will and testament. And this is the importance of having a will, because most people don't have final will and testament.
Okay, but you like when you have the will, and we just mentioned a little while ago, wills just like contracts. Wills keep confusion down. They keep friendships and everything, because like you said, it's in black and white. The flip side of it is, at the end of the day, me and you best of friends, and I leave you, my certain art collection, and you say, well, listen, man, you gotta keep this art collection. I want you to make sure the things stay dusted and give you all these damn restrictions. You're like, I don't want this shit. I don't want.
Do you remember in that one song from the 444 album? I think it was like the story of OJ, right?
I'm listening to you.
He's like, I bought some artwork for $1 million. 2 years later, that shit worth $2 million. 8 years later, it's worth like $8 million. I can't wait to give this shit to my children.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing about it. You gotta understand, somebody had to enlighten him to do that. That doesn't make people interested in doing that. Anybody knows me, I'm an avid art collector. My kids aren't interested in it. That doesn't mean that they're slow or whatever. There are a lot of things that got value that, it may have a lot of value to you. It may have a lot of value in the open market. But to the next person,
it doesn't have value to other people.
Exactly. Or interest. That's the most important part.
That too.
That's the thing.
People know the value. People may know the value of art, but sometimes they'll be like, oh, art is subjective. Oh, well, this doesn't fit my vision. Nobody cares about if it fits your vision or if it fits their vision at the end of the day. Me, the way I'm thinking I'm thinking that's greenbacks. I'm thinking everything that you're supposed to be doing in life is supposed to be an investment. Everything else is just bullshitting around.
Well, let me ask you a question. In your opinion, do you think the vast majority of people think that way?
No, not a whole lot of people do think that way.
And here's the other thing about it. When we start talking about beneficiaries, and even just say legacy building, wealth building, and things like that, the problem that comes up is once you become, you become enlightened, or you got some kind of interest in building and doing certain things like that. Once you start going that path, and you're like, okay, I want to leave this. We want to kind of, expand it. Like, so I want to leave it to my brothers, lead this to my friends and stuff like that. It still does not mean that they have a same kind of vested interest in it that you did. Now they may be glad that you left them, son. They feel pretty good about it. But on the flip side of that,
trust me. If somebody said, "Hey, I'll leave some money to you at the iPad," now then that's when the conversation where everybody's eyes lights up.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. Because like I shared, what happened with me personally, when my grandparents passed, everybody got money except me. I got the stuff probably people didn't want that I had to fix up and everything. But that's the kind of thing I think a lot of times, far too often, people push as far as acquiring certain things and stuff. But you don't know if the people that you're leaving it to are actually gonna have an interest in them. That's the kind of thing with that. But listen, brother.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's a problem. If it's a problem,
no. That's the biggest problem right there.
So what's the problem?
You hit the nail on the head right there with that last piece. You said, and I quote, "People do not understand the value of something." It's all about, and this goes hand in hand, whether it's life, whether it's music, or anything in general. Really, there's a thing called understanding your value. If people do not understand the value of what you can bring to the table, why bother with them people?
When we talk about we leaving a legacy, you dead and gone. At the end of the day, the value is still subjective. At the end, if I say that I left you this building and this building is worth $1 million, if you don't give a damn about the monetary value of it, it doesn't make a difference. That's the thing about it. So some
people can just look. Some people, like my mother, for example. God bless her heart. God bless her heart. Sweet lady. Very sweet lady. When I brought 2 trailers over to the house and 2 lawnmowers and a bunch of different stuff that I could actually help with my stepdad's business, she was looking at it first like, oh, that's a piece of shit. That's a piece of junk. What is she? She literally said, what is this shit? What did y'all bring back to the house? And I'm like, Ma, these are trailers. And these 2 things are water jugs. So we can make a pressure washing business.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing about it. When you do that, they're going back to the point of it, like you said, knowing the value. At the end of the day, there is no perceived value if they don't look at it that way. It's always going to be subjective. There's money in anything.
You always got to be the one to open their eyes.
Hold on 1 second. What I'm saying, regardless of how you're looking at it, because, everything has some kind of monetary value. This thing could be worth $1 million, but if you don't look at it, you have no interest in it, it doesn't matter. It does not matter whatsoever. Right. Everybody doesn't want to be a millionaire. Everybody doesn't want to be financially free. Some people just cool with, as long as I'm healthy, we doing good, that's fine. And it's really nothing wrong with that. It's something wrong with. Hold on 1 second. What I'm saying, the issues always going to come up is when if you want to be financially independent and you want wealth, but you're not going in the path of going in that direction. See, it's one thing to want it, but if a person really isn't interested in it, you kind of tripping, want to push that on them. That's the kind of thing about it, regardless if they know the value of it or not. If they're not even interested in value, do you even want to bring that to them? That's when it's
that's the catch-22 of it.
Well, it's not even a catch-22. It's just, that's the thing. Don't even, I'm from the school of thought, don't even bring it to them because they're not even interested in it. Now, if they're interested in it.
If you know that they're not interested in it, why put it on them?
Exactly. That's the point I'm making with that. So it's not, even a person can, like I said again, you said that people don't know the value. I think people may know value, but if they don't care, and they can care less about it, it really doesn't make a difference. The issue, like I said, again, comes up when they have those wants. That's probably the thing with that. When we have those wants of, okay, I want to have these particular things, I want to be wealthy, I want to do those kind of things, that's where it comes up. And so again, when you looking at deciding, okay, I want to leave this to this person, I want to create this particular situation, it kind of gets a little sticky because now, I want to make sure that, my mom's straight. I want to make sure my kids straight. But hell, if that ain't really on their mind to do it, ain't too much we can do about that. But hey, brother, listen, reach out to me in regards to, I appreciate you calling in, but reach out to me in regards to, we'll talk about, with the show and everything, or even with some of the other shows and everything. So just reach out to me. The contact information, Lavender.
Just send a message to DM.
Yeah, send a message to my DM. Just send a message to my DM, and then we'll go from there, okay?
Okay, bet. Hey, are you guys still affiliated with the You High Yet podcast?
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get on, the You High Yet podcast.
Just tell them to go on their Instagram and send them a message.
Yeah, go on their Instagram and send them a message.
Okay.
Go on Instagram. All are part of Misfits Radio, Misfits TV family. Yeah, go on their Instagram, just send them a message.
Excellent. And give Miss Mix-a-Lot my regards. I have a new single and I have a new album coming out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she on TikTok. She on live. She'll get
most definitely. Look forward to hearing from y'all soon.
All right, brother. You take care of yourself. Appreciate you tuning in.
Oh, definitely. I'll be back seeing y'all on live.
All right, thanks, man. Cool. I appreciate you calling in. Guys, feel free to call in. Number is 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. I almost boogered it up. I'm trying to answer the phone. Man, I don't know what happened, man. The TikTok got canceled again. Man, I don't know what's going on, man.
Did you say something wrong?
Nah, I didn't say nothing wrong, man. I was really, I don't know. I don't know.
They sensitive on there.
Just I don't know. I don't know what, I don't know.
So they just shut down your live.
Just shut down the live, and they saying there was some illegal stuff that was going on. More likely somebody said something.
But you ain't said nothing though. You ain't did one thing wrong.
It ain't the first time we done did this. Like,
right.
it ain't the first time. You know, just, we'll get
reporting your
fixed.
page like that.
Man, let a brother live.
Let a brother live. I agree.
But I appreciate that brother tuning in, and he had a good point in regards to a lot of times, people may not necessarily understand, like, hey, look, I'm trying to give you this, I'm trying to, this is the actual path I'm trying to create for you, but still, we're going back to what I said before, like, shit, is something wrong with them not giving a damn?
Right.
Everybody don't want $1 million.
That's true.
Everybody do not want to be, whatever. Some folks just cool. Just getting up, washing their tail in the morning, having a breakfast and beer. And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you ain't creating no hindrance on anybody else, you living your life, you taking care of your family, hell, what wrong with that? Everybody don't, and that's the thing about, I think the problem always going to come up when you try to get out your lane.
Okay.
When you try to get out your lane. Now, you don't want to do all the entrepreneur stuff and everything, and then, you complain about that. Same way if you like, look, I don't want to, be the company man to go to work, but you ain't trying to do all the, all the,
You ain't doing no stuff.
Hey, there you go. And it's just, when you can't want what you ain't doing, going in the path to acquire it.
Right.
Exactly. So, I give a lot of thought to these things because, again, as a father, with children, and you want certain things, I've learned a lot in the past 5 years. Especially them, they're growing up and everything. Like, no. I mean, I've been pulling back more and more. Like, look, I'm just gonna leave y'all. I give y'all $1 million worth of game from in between my ears.
Right.
Shit, y'all can get this insurance money, all this other stuff.
I'm blowing.
It's on me, for real.
Right.
And I only say that is because you think one way till you get it. Then you get it, and then you sit there and say, well, look, I got it, and they ain't going in the path of that. I ain't finna keep going in this direction.
Right.
And everything. And you know your children. You know the ones where you can sit here and say, like, look, man, I can trust him to do this. I think she'll stay on top of this and stuff like that. You know your ones.
Right.
A lot of times family member get salty. Well, how the hell they get be the executor?
Right.
You on drugs.
Right.
You stay in jail. Your significant other always trying to finesse people. Like, excuse me, that's who I trust.
Right.
And a lot of
that was the most stable.
Yeah, exactly. And people don't want to even just agree with that. They know that. They know what's going on. But you got to be kind of stern with it. And I will tell people, when we start talking about who's your beneficiary, you got to be kind of stern. Don't worry about hurting nobody's feelings. I think that the more honest and solid of a plan you can give everybody in regards to what's going on, the better it'll be. You see, they say Prince didn't have a will.
Yeah.
He didn't have a will and stuff. And I understand he ain't had no direct children as heirs.
Right.
But like, I'm still kind of lost. Like, for real?
Yeah.
For real, he probably want to far out think, dudes, I'm not leaving there. I'll leave it to the cosmos and shit. I just see him, I'm leaving to the purple universes. He probably said something crazy.
I would thought he would have had one though.
Absolutely.
He did.
And I'm only thinking that only because of the amount of attorneys he dealt with all the time. They just would have just pushed. Let's just have this particular thing. But that was very surprising. And what you done did, you got all these family members
coming out the woodwork,
and would end up going broke doing it. It was I seen a video. Not a video. It was a movie about 3 or 4 years ago, one of those court case things. It was by Johnny Taylor, the blues singer. Okay. And I think he had like 5 kids, 4 or 5 kids that he actually claimed. Okay. They, I think 2 or 3 were maybe for one woman, but they all knew his kids with a wife, one before, and then one, everybody knew each other. Right. Okay. Right. Everybody, whatever. But all of a sudden, now the outside kids start popping up. Oh. And so that's when they were fighting over the estate and all this other kind of stuff. And then they got to go through the whole thing of finding out DNA. Hell, he found out one of the damn kids he had with his wife wasn't his. Oh. When they in the middle of checking it.
Whoops.
Wrong $2.
Right.
Hey, but going through that, and after here's the BS, it was like over $1 million some dollar estate. And after they settled everything up, as attorney fees and court costs, everybody got like $2,000.
Wow.
Everybody got because it went on for so long with doing it, and just to do that.
They think they was finna get into the millions.
Oh man, and that's the thing about it. That's what everybody was thought, but not understanding like, look, it's a cost for doing all this kind of fighting, with everything and stuff. So I really want people to actually give a lot of thought with that, because again, you know, you got your, you know, you got your vision, how you want things to work out, and you got your plan in place. But I think it's tough when you go in there. I hope it work out.
Right.
When you say, okay, look, you know, this is what I want.
Right.
And this is how y'all can go about it. And me just sitting there hoping y'all ass do it. Shit. And you, like I said, we know our children, we know our family members. You know what I'm saying? You know the one ain't gonna do right. You know the one ain't, you know, and that's real talk.
Real talk.
You know, you know that one. You know, it's like, no, man, no.
Not
and,
them.
exactly.
Not them. They gonna spend every dime and too much.
Exactly. And you, like you said, you know the one that, shit, man, they ain't gonna never be able to get it. I ain't gonna never be able to get their ass up out this house. And,
Right.
you know, people die worrying about they damn 40, 50-year-old damn child that they can't, you know what I'm saying?
All
You know
right.
one thing. What is Slick said something?
My dad got a 32-year-old wife, her 12-year-old son, and a sister I don't know. They gonna be mad.
And I just, you know, and I can hear Reek just talking.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure that. We cussed my ass out about a year or two ago. Hoochie, yeah, better than listen.
Right.
Well, it's a surprise.
Exactly.
That shit, man, I know how that goes. And you know, the thing about it, when these particular things go on, we don't give enough, have these conversations enough to have to do it. And it's not admitting that, you know, sticking on somebody's gonna die. You just being, you know, realistic. Things happen in life. Everybody gonna be here forever.
That's true.
Everybody, and again, my vision and what I'm saying about my children can change in the next 4 or 5 years. Like, okay, well, look, he's showing me something. Or, okay, yeah, I wasn't expecting that and everything. And I might kind of adjust some things.
Tone.
But shit, right now, hell no.
It don't look too promising.
No, not for where they at right now.
Right.
And I'm not gonna be hoping. I'm not gonna be hoping, man. I learned that really going through a damn divorce. Like, look, man, hey, I'm trying to do all this stuff and build this damn magical kingdom, and shit, you know, nobody else ain't looking at it like that. They just like, that's just shit, some money you got to the side. Yeah. Shit, they just see dollars. No, this is for this. No, what's that?
Slick saying it's the curse of being a responsible person.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And being a responsible person, the curse of being a responsible person, and also the curse of acknowledging who's a responsible person. You know, because, you know, the responsible person to that point don't mind being labeled the bad guy, or you tripping, or put you to this, that, and that. It's a reason why most of the time I go into organizations, they throw me into treasurer, you know, finance person, this, that, and that, and all that kind of stuff, because they know how I am with money, right? The thing of it is, a lot of times people look at you like you tripping, you did this, that, and that, and you gotta be okay with that. Like, no, I'm just being black and white, honest, staying in compliance with doing these particular things. But also the person that actually has to delegate that person to be that, you got to be okay with that, because far too often, you know, they don't want, everybody has a problem. Everybody's not okay with being labeled the bad guy.
Right.
And sometimes because people want to appease people, that's when problems happen. That's why everybody can't be in leadership. Everybody can't be in leadership, because for you to be a leader, you have to be okay with people be like, no, being upset with you.
Right.
But if you're hard, as long as you're being consistent and you're being fair, that's all you need to be as a leader. But because everybody's not happy with your decision, a lot of folks can't handle that. See what we got here. Sexy Redbone 28, having that will in place will stop a lot of the drama with kids and family, etc. I totally agree with you. Two things come into place with the wills and stuff. I say this bit of advice. If you don't really have no damn assets or anything like that, probably don't necessarily need a will. You might need what's called like a living will, in regards to, just say you have health issues and you might go in and out. You got somebody that can make decisions on your behalf, while you might be incapacitated or something like that. But if you ain't really got no assets to share, you probably don't necessarily need a will. And you just say, okay, look, I just have insurance policy. This is my beneficiary. You know, insurance could be, you know, what you have with a private insurance company, maybe through your job, however. So you don't have to actually put a lot of stress on getting the will done, you know, and everything. But just having things in place for things to be allocated, you know, just in case something happens. That living will is very, very important. Because again, you know, that at least, you know, people can know, okay, look, that person that executive, they're in charge of that kind of thing, and they can make them kind of decisions. Because it get real funky. It get real funky. They get real funky, man, when people trying to figure out, well, now I say this, I'm the oldest, I can do this and I can do that. And you like, shit, you the oldest, but yeah, we just got you out of rehab. He just came home. He been gone 15 years. No hell he can't. No, hell no. But if you have things in place, now you got all that kind of stuff going on and stuff, right? So that's why a lot of people need to be cognizant of that. And also, like I said, man, just knowing knowing who your heirs are, and again, you know each one of the kids, doing that assessment, and you can make and think wills just like plans, they can be changed. The beneficiaries, they can be adjusted and changed. You know, so you know, just because you leaving this to such and such today, you know, you feel like, okay, well they too young or they too immature. Again, they can show you something in the future. You can make adjustments from there. But you need to make sure things are concrete, because when you don't do that, that's when they can come back and bite you in the butt. Well, they ain't gonna bite you, but you be damn dead and gone. But it can cause a lot of turmoil. Now, another part of this that we haven't even talked about is just you know, taking care of you. Man, I'm gonna just be real. I'm not breaking my neck. I used to be this way. You know, just had this burden legacy. I'm gonna leave this for my kids. I'm gonna have all this kind of stuff, and I'm gonna create this environment where I'm gonna leave all this stuff here.
Wonderful.
Man, I went through that damn divorce. Man, I ain't leave nobody shit.
Get it how you live.
Man, for real.
Get it how you live.
Really? You like, really? Really?
You're right.
Okay. You start hearing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. That's what you. Okay, really?
Right.
You know, so I'm from the school of thought. Like I said, I give me from here to here. You can have it all for free. I leave you insurance and all that kind of stuff.
Everything
but to be breaking,
else?
breaking my neck and all stuff. This is my stuff.
Right.
My stuff and everything. If it's there and I can relinquish that stuff when I'm dead and gone, cool. But I'm gonna enjoy what the hell I work for.
Right.
I went through all that stuff of just like, hey, I'm trying to build this, have that, because far too often, I've seen situations where you have men and women, parents have saved up, built up stuff, and they leave that stuff to their kids, and they have a vision for what they want their children to do, or they want their heirs to do. And they, like I said before, they go and sell that shit up, don't pay property taxes, lose it.
Right.
Hell, don't take care of it, the shit falling apart and all that kind of stuff. And you know damn well that's not what that person envisioned. And the flip side of it is too, the person that was building that, they knew damn well that person wasn't gonna be responsible.
Right.
They knew that's the issue.
That's the issue right there.
So we say people don't get sorry overnight.
Right.
People don't get irresponsible overnight.
Right.
So at the end of the day, why would I continue to sit here and do that and just hope
That
you
you're
know
gonna do better.
Exactly.
Right.
No hell. I tell my sons all the time, hey boy, I'm watching from the sideline. I'm watching from the sideline. I'm watching all the stuff you're doing in the game. You know, if you're taking a play off, you sitting there showing the attitude when things don't go. I'm watching from the sideline. I'm watching you. Damn everybody else. I'm watching you. I got tunnel vision on you. I'm watching you. All these little things, when things don't go your way, how you handle it.
Right.
When when things going good, when things going bad, when you got to deal with other people, I'm watching you. And that forms my decision making. So I'm sitting there like, shit, what if this person is not, gonna be vested into what I'm trying to, create for them? What the hell I look like, stressing the hell out trying to do all this stuff for
them?
them?
What I look like trying to even make it happen?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And how many people have died building all this damn stuff and just in limbo? Because next thing you know, it's gone and gone and gone. I was You know, I grew up in them 90s, man, in Atlanta. You know, everybody, you know, folks were getting on, a lot of parents, you know, the kids got on dope, and when they got on that dope, they done left them high, they done lost them houses because the kids ain't paying the property taxes and all this other kind of stuff, with people not knowing what's what and everything, and it's just gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. Something somebody gave so much blood, sweat, and tears to acquire, just gone because somebody didn't want to pay maybe $500-$600 a damn year.
In tax.
Huh?
Right.
Huh?
Right.
And you sitting there looking like, no. Ain't no way in the hell. Poochie gonna have his fun.
Right.
Poochie gonna have fun. I'm gonna make, like I said, the basic necessities: food, clothing, shelter. I'll make it a way for you to get to go to school and all that other kind of stuff. If you need assistance, you know what I see you know you actually doing for yourself.
Right.
Man, Pop don't mind helping you at all.
Right.
I will help you. But all this other kind of stuff still carrying your grown at, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. Anybody know me, you know I ain't just sitting here running my damn mouth.
Right.
If any one of my children are looking, feel free to call in. 678-740-9894.
Right.
Feel free to call in. I'm serious about that. And I'm really only like that really because, like I said, I had to go through things to do it. And that doesn't make me scarred. It just made me wise.
Your experience makes you really open your eyes.
Exactly.
Wide, like.
And that's why I realized, too, that there are so many people talking about what they're going to be doing and building for their children, but they got a vision of that little bitty child that they see right there. You know, it's just kind of like can a person give you marital advice that's just been married a couple of years? Can a person give you parental advice if
they don't have no children?
Exactly, they don't have no children, or they still got little bitty kids.
Right.
I do this. I just beat them. I do this, that, and that. You gonna beat this big old 6'5", 17-year-old?
Right.
Huh?
Right.
I mean, come on, now. He hit your ass like damn Donkey Kong. I'm just saying, like you. I'm just saying the people.
Visions are always different when they small.
Exactly. You know, how many times we done got business advice from a person with no business?
Right.
Take money to make money. All that stuff. You talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All those kind of things happen, and as we go through life, we'll be at no shortage of giving people's opinions. But when you start talking about giving solid blueprint, solid counseling and stuff like that, that's hard to find because most folks haven't done it.
That's true.
Most people ain't done it. Most people ain't went down that road where they had to make them sacrifices and walk down that lonely, path to say, man, this is what happened. Get stressed out by your kids, get stressed out by your significant other, lose jobs, get sick, start over, do all that. Man, when you go through life, those are the kind of things that teach you, right?
Right.
And hopefully that you got enough from that. Mistakes that you made, you don't make them again. Right. We talked about that show before. Why the hell my life keeps starting over? Because some folks see the order steps 1 through 5. For some damn reason, you think you can start at 1 and skip the damn 4. Hey, what the hell? And your ass got to start over. Just like the video game. Boink, boink, boink. Do-do-do-do-do. Start back. Boink, boink, boink. Do-do-do-do-do. And do the shit.
Keep forgetting 3 or 4.
Yeah. Do-do-do-do. All this. Hey, you dumbass, you gotta do step 2, step 3, step 4. And those are the BS steps, right? That's the ones you gotta sit here and take a lot of time, take a lot of sacrifice to do that no one else wants to do, but you won't get it accomplished unless you go through that. And far too often people just constantly. I was just talking to a family member this weekend, called me, this, that, and that. Say, hey man, what I was told, what was I told? Well, you do it your way and I do it my way. Well, shit, man, your way don't work.
Right.
We're gonna be real, right? We're gonna be real. Your way don't work. You the same position that you was in 20 years ago.
Right.
Doing it your way. At some point, you might say, look, this ain't gonna work.
This ain't working.
But for whatever reason, they ain't. I don't know what the hell it is. Maybe legally blind in one of them damn eyes. Hell, I don't damn know. But sometimes some folks just never gonna know.
Right.
And so when we start looking, you making that honest assessment, knowing that ain't gonna work. I might want to go this way. And I can kind of see sometimes, why the hell, so these folks, it looks noble. But, you see these guys, Warren Buffett, what's the other guy? Microsoft.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, all the guys, when they saying they donating 90-something% of they
wealth
to charity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even the, what they keeping the kids 1% or 10%.
10%.
10%. But yeah, they 10% is big. Oh my God. Yeah.
If you if you work for $100 billion and you leave your child 10%, he's not gonna ever struggle. That's like.
but with that said, they may also know that, listen, my children ain't gonna do that. Hey, what's up, PJ? And that's my son, PJ. PJ, you ought to call in. We're talking about how your dad goes about things. You ought to call the number 678-740-9894. Yeah, I appreciate tuning in. 678-740-9894. That's the call in number. Call in, PJ.
You think about how the Rockefeller family still living off that money, and that was almost 100 years ago.
Eons ago.
Right.
And you know, even they can just take that 10 and turn that in. Money can grow a whole lot faster when there's a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
We already got a lot. It's easy to make it grow more.
It ain't that little damn $50-$60 you put in your damn 401k
Right.
every damn pay period.
Right.
Hoping you can have something in it by the time you turn 65.
If you
it
start
ain't
at $10 billion.
Come on now.
Your starting line is a lot shorter
Lord,
to finish.
come on, lad. Talk to me. You know, but again, I appreciate, everybody, that called in and left comments in regards to everything. But definitely, guys, make sure that you do an honest assessment when we start talking about who's your beneficiary, of understanding in regards to, what you're trying to do, pathway wise. If you want to build that legacy, if you want to create generational wealth, and being realistic, do you have the people in place to do that? Mm-hmm. Well, I know my kids. I talk to them, and I seen one brother kind of post right, I think on TikTok, and the guy said, if you teach them right, I don't think people make bad decisions because they haven't been taught.
Right.
People just don't do it.
Right.
We assuming that's a big assumption to think that. But you got people that have millions of dollars, all kind of stuff. The kids on drugs, the kids doing crimes and stuff like that. They know better. They just made a decision.
Right.
But your child to sit there and say, "Hey, listen, man, I don't know about him. He's a good kid, but I can't leave that to him."
Right.
That one right there. Hey, man, they're responsible for doing it. You understand that. Mm-hmm. You understand that. So why put folks in turmoil that aren't going to agree at all? Why put things
more stress, more pressure on the pipes?
Exactly.
Right.
So I don't see that wrong with having those honest conversations with your children. Hell, you making an honest assessment with yourself. Yeah. Not talking bad about your child. It's just being honest about. Yeah.
Reality.
Exactly. Like I say,
you might need him a little dose of reality.
Hey, well,
I'll get myself straight. My dad ain't gonna leave me nothing. My dad ain't gonna, make sure I'm good. So that might be a wake up call to them. Like
to the point, the brother that called earlier, he was just like, people not knowing. People know, they just don't give a damn.
Nah.
People can sit here and say like, no, my man said he pulled up, gave all this stuff in front of his mom. Mom see it.
Right.
Mom, I don't want to deal with that. and to that point, a lot of times. My other son, T done came in. Y'all call in 678-740-9894. But the other point, people can say, look, you get these opportunities, you can make money doing that. Mm-hmm. And I ain't got time to deal with that. I'm on the other side of everything, Lab. 10, 15 years ago, Poochie wanted to do everything. I had the energy, I didn't have the damn sleep, I didn't need naps.
Right.
I could do all kind of stuff. Like now, I'm like, nah, man, I'm cool. I ain't.
The other side of that
yeah. I ain't trying to do all that.
I think about that when I was young. I was starting businesses, getting licenses, and getting degrees in this, and getting real estate licenses, and broker licenses, and I was getting ex-wife getting cosmetology license. We getting all the licenses. We gonna have all the business now.
Hey. Mogul. We're gonna be moguls.
Right, we're gonna be moguls. We're gonna have several streams of income.
I'm trying to be on the beach.
And going to that point, beneficiary. I'm doing all this stuff thinking we gonna build a legacy, thinking we gonna build an empire, and she wasn't interested in it. Not just the kids, cause my kids little. She wasn't interested in it. She wanted to start it, but once it got started, it wasn't interested in it. She wasn't interested in it anymore.
And there's nothing you can do about that.
And see, that's a good point right there.
There's nothing you can do about it, and that's not a knock on anybody. That's not a knock on anybody if they don't necessarily want to do it. You just got to be, open-minded enough to understand the pathway is just different.
Right.
What
that,
you want.
that goes back to that. What I was saying, you get it started. You talk about this. Let's get this. Let's get that. You start doing. You go through the process. You attain those things, and then the thrill is gone.
The thrill gone, and you sit there and did it, man. I'm telling you, I done been down there before.
Right.
I done been down there before. We're like, look, we done made all these different commitments and all this kind of stuff like that. I went to that even with my ex-wife, like, hey man, we get this stuff, and then we get knee deep. Like she didn't think it was gonna be. It was exciting at first.
Right.
And once excitement turned into work, I don't want to deal with
that's
it.
what it was.
You know, and it takes a degree of maturity and understanding. Like I didn't like it then because I was younger. I say being a little bit more seasoned, I can understand. Don't bring folks in if that ain't their thing.
That ain't what they
You know,
want to do.
but you either gonna have to have an OG that can tell you that, or you have to be kind of burned in the life experience to understand that too. And that's why I can sit here and share with people, like when you start talking about this kind of stuff about these beneficiaries and creating these particular things, you got to know your kids. You got to know the people you're dealing with. Like, okay, if that person gonna do this, that person gonna do that, do they see value in doing this? And if they don't, you know, you got to sit there and say to yourself, like, shit, I ain't finna be going through that.
You gotta be okay with not with being okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So listen, man, we're about to wrap everything up with it and stuff. I appreciate everybody that called in and tuned in tonight's show again. Who's your beneficiary? We got anybody got any last comments or anything?
No, I don't see nothing.
Okay.
Say hi to your mom.
What's up, mama?
She tuned in a little later, but say hi to mom.
What's going on, mama? What's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. So yeah, man, it was a good show, man. It was a good show. Appreciate it, brother. I forgot his name that called in earlier. To the show and everything. And guys, look, man, going forward, the number's the number 678-740-9894. We got this stuff here. Y'all need to call in.
Right. Don't be scared.
Call in.
Y'all
Come on, man.
Get the phone. Get the phone. I wish I had a phone where I can call in.
Hey.
Boom. Phone.
I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk.
Right.
I'm gonna let you talk. So again, with that, I ain't gonna beat you up. I ain't trying to make nobody feel dumb or sound stupid or whatever. If I agree with you, I agree with you. I disagree with you. And we gonna keep it moving. We still gonna love each other, keep it moving. So, but I do really want more interaction with the shows and stuff like that. Okay. So listen, guys, y'all be safe out there. I know, and make sure we do, give a thought and prayer with everybody that's been affected by the recent storms and everything. And just be safe and enjoy each other. And most importantly, go Dogs.